Alright. So, yeah, round 4 is done. Let's finish up this Death Jail Summerscape stuff. I believe the winner was Helena? Yeah.
なんとつい本気を出してしまったがそうなったか。これが直流の真の力、その一端だというのか。素晴らしい。これは素晴らしいことなのでは。は
あ、はいはい、いちいちイライラしないの。喜びましょう。やったね。
Yatta! Alright, well done, Team Helena. That means that we get Reverse Dragon Scales, Team Saberface for Pages, and Nitocris for Lanterns. As expected, the winners were pretty much the same as always, the consistent farming nodes. Even though when it comes to rewards, Fran and Raiko would have been way up there for the actual rewards you get, but farming their nodes sucked, so there we go. Alright, Underground 4th Zone. The results of the escape. Sure, this team's fine. We've done it. The light at the end of the tunnel. And here I thought we were gonna have some Looney Tunes joke where we wind up in, like, Mev's room or something like that.
Ah, the sweet taste of fresh air. Truly, there's nothing better than the sun. Agreed. Only in midsummer can I go around with a popsicle in my mouth at all times without getting strange looks. Ugh. So wide, so cool, so happy.
Yeesh. At last I can finally let off all the steam I want. Excuse me, but I believe that you have been letting off plenty of steam all this time, especially when your oversized body was pressed right up against me in the dreadfully tight confines of our tunnel. Indeed, my suit is looking crisper than ever thanks to your unwitting steam pressing, so thank you.
Ah, there truly is nothing like the wide open sky. My heart feels born anew. People truly are meant to live their lives pure and righteous under the warm light of the sun. Now at last I can continue my mission to protect public decency. No violation will be overlooked. Now that she's all dirty, sweaty, and wild looking, I feel like she's committing a few violations herself. Oh well, it's not like that's anything new. You sure said it. Anyway, now that we've avoided being buried alive, let's thank the Buddha for his protection. And then we need to find our ride. We made it back to the surface, but I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't find a single subterranean world even after all that digging. Huh? Now that I say that, it does feel like I went to one recently. Wonder why that is.
I can't speak to that, but perhaps it would be better if you just don't think about it too much right now. Really.
We don't want her to remember her introduction or early treatment and get stressed out again after all.
Nothing's more rock and roll than getting buried alive at the very last moment. Why me? Is it because I don't get to enjoy the Buddha's protection? He shouldn't discriminate against demon kings like that. Now let's see, my partner is still buried. I'm sorry. I was hoping you'd at least manage to stay alive until you called What's It Caliber Okita for me, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Ah, well. We're not too far from the goal now, so I can probably make it on my own. Rip in peace, partner. Excalibur! Ooh, that was close. I almost ended up buried alive. What is it, Demon King of the Sixth Heaven? You're shaking like you just face-tanked a sacred sword beam. Did you bang your pinky performing one of your un-Buddha-protected Demon King moves? How very rock and roll of you. I feel like I've been reborn. Once a god of the underworld, now a god of the heavens. Well, technically, I guess I'm already both. Ah, the sunlight warming up my frozen body. The air filling up my lungs with much-needed oxygen. Now that I have finally made it out of there, I hope the sheer relief doesn't kill me. Senpai, look! Everyone's here!
Congrats on the prison break, everybody. High fives.
Oh, if it isn't Gouda, are you here to welcome me back? I appreciate your consideration. All of us racers have successfully broken out. I could tell where everyone was thanks to all the other me's, so I wasn't especially put out myself. At any rate, you all made it back to the surface. Don't worry, I'm still keeping track of everyone's time. Now, there's nothing left to get in your way. All you have to do is retrieve your vehicles from the warehouse and get back to the... Did you really think that you were going to get away with this?
Ah, crap, it's Mev.
Oh! Oh!
How did you find out? Don't sell my popularity short. Queen Mev isn't only beloved by every one of Connacht's citizens, you know. Everything down to the ants and microorganisms love me. An anonymous informant told me what you were up to. I couldn't say who it was because, you know, anonymous, but they did great nonetheless. I'll have to blow them a kiss on the next episode of Mev Today as a reward. It'll make Connacht's men even weaker in the knees than usual. This is really bad. Not only are there lots of Celtic warriors here, but she brought her along too. I don't like how this is going. I'd better make sure I'm ready for anything. Well, this is a shame, yes. Those prisoners were my most promising trainees. I was hoping to give them a Lucha Libre graduation test outside the barrier where they could really cut loose. This messes up everything, yes. Who told the Queen about this anyway? What are you muttering about, Vice Warden? If you need to warm up, then hurry up and warm up. I'm going to get my warm-up out of the way right now.
Thank you, Your Highness, thank you. I'm prepared to lay down my life for you. You rock, Bev.
So this way she gets to warm up and inspire her warriors at the same time, eh? She's really thought this through. Come to think of it, Monkey and the others used to love it when I threw my sandals at them. Forget it, it's too creepy. By the way, I almost forgot to ask you all something pretty important. I take it you're all familiar with the dangerous cheese incident that took place during one of my recent bits of precious shower time. It may have been a foolish, outmoded plan doomed to failure, but it still gave me goosebumps, if only for a moment. That was a whole other sort of unforgivable crime. Was that you?
I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
A bald-faced lie. Just what I expect from my master. Don't you give me that. Who else could it have been?
The trees. The wind. The sound of a babbling brook.
Heh, it looks like the jig is up. Or so you think. Try this single-shot cheese derringer I made with leftover materials on for size. Your fate was sealed the moment I overlaid Calidbulg on top of that material. Now you'll never get a chance to turn into a saber in the future. This prison arc ends now. Eat cheese, bitch! Damn, she just deflected my holdout cheese blaster. I guess I should have known that wouldn't work. With such incredible strength, maybe she really will end up becoming a swimsuit saber next year.
Everyone that plays JP stares into the camera.
I knew it. I never planned on letting you go, of course, but now I have even more reason not to than ever. How dare you attempt to assassinate your queen? Only the most black-hearted of villains would try such a thing. I thought some time in prison might reform you, but I was obviously mistaken. So now I'm officially altering your sentence. No need for a trial or any sort of formalities. I'm not going to bother bringing you back to prison. Instead, I'm just going to execute you here and now, then use your bones to fertilize Connacht's land. It's a rare honor. I hope you appreciate it. Don't give me that honor crap, you insolent fool. We only tried to assassinate you because we had no other choice. If you hadn't unjustly thrown us in your prison to begin with, we would have gladly left you alone. Indeed. What did we ever do to you? All I've ever done is strive to uphold public decency this summer. Yeah, no fair. The race was nice and cool. The prison was hot and cramped. Are you kidding me? Talk about being audacious in your guilt. In case you've forgotten, this is my land. I can rule it however I see fit. I was all set to turn into the greatest conquering nation ever and stamp out every cheeky little brat out there once and for all. And then, you lot showed up and covered my Connacht in those things. As if that wasn't bad enough, next you went and drove your weird vehicles all over the place. The only rides Connacht needs are my chariot and my men. Exactly what things are you talking about? As if you didn't know. I'm talking about those planet textures from who knows where. The ones that already have their own names.
Did she just whip down a divine attack from Ishtar? Huh.
You cowardly criminal cretins. That's the last straw. Vice Warden, Celtic warriors, get them! I could have sworn an attack I've seen somewhere before just came flying in out of nowhere. At any rate, Queen Mev has assumed a combat stance.
Then we'll just have to take her out. No one's becoming Connacht fertilizer on my watch.
No. We are no longer stuck in our cramped prison bars. Now we're free to fight without restraint. Awaiting your orders, Master. This time, my fellow queen, I shall be the one to invite you to a closed-off domain. Mine is boundless, yet completely closed off. A place where you will lose your freedom, and I maintain control. A prison far removed from the minutiae of daily life, where not a single one of its captives yearns to escape. You shall gaze upon the vast disparity in our tastes and despair. Though they may be both be enclosed spaces, my theater is a joyous place filled with color and emotion!
Oh no. Nero's going to sing her to death. How's JP different there? Oh, JP wasn't different there. The reason I said JP stares into the camera is because next year Mev becomes a swimsuit saber. So that line is just a big ol' spoiler for next year, basically. Oh, this seems like an easy enough fight. Who do I think's more Probably Cats. Quetzalcoatl is definitely more dangerous. She kicked the cheese. And Ketz has no MP bar, but she hits way harder than Mev. That's the thing. No crit. Heals. Thank you. Thank you very much, Evan Aaron Disaster Lord, for the resubs. Welcome back for 11 months and 26 months. Jeez, the crits. Dem crits. Oh, I have to kill the jailer now. It's a 3-turn buster up, right? Yeah. Alright, it's time to aura her to death, chat.
是非もないね。わしのロックが聞きたいのか？そうじゃろそうじゃろ。それじゃイエイ。
Yay? Alright, everyone, I want to see you throwing up the horns.
ロックンロール。おー！イエイ！なんなのよ！天地に轟け、我が魂のロックンロール。
Aura. We did it, chat. We've defeated the cheese monsters.
What is your problem anyway? Connacht is my land. I mean, okay, I know I'm being a kinda selfish ruler, but what's wrong with that? I'm a queen. This isn't right. It's not fair. When am I finally going to meet a tall, dark, and handsome hero? Mucho. But I suppose now's not the time for congratulations. I guess it's time to say goodbye to my merry Lucha Libre time, yes? It wouldn't be right for a prison guard to detain ex-convicts, no. Plus, I'm supposed to disappear. That was part of the agreement. Okay, you pass. Your Kokoken-style graduation exam is officially over, yes. Excellent work, Gouda. The toughest enemy just left all on her own. Great job, everyone! I think it's safe to say that the evil here is just about all done for now. Now let's get back to the race. Soon all of your hard work will finally pay off. That's true. It's a shame we ended up having to fight Mev, but it's wonderful everyone was freed. However, it also seems that Mev wasn't the core of this singularity after all. Hey everyone! Miss me? Mash is right. The singularity signal's still there. It's probably the kind that's tied to the grind itself. With Mev gone, we shouldn't have too much trouble pinpointing the core's location if we investigate. That would just be a waste of time. Once we finish the Ishtar Cup, the core will just disappear. Trust me, keeping the race going is the fastest way to get this over with.
That is why we held this race to begin with.
Exactly. So come on, hurry up and get your vehicles from the warehouse already. Those are more important than anything. Don't worry, you all have time to retune them, so just take it slow and steady. Oh, and at this point, there will be no making new vehicles, so make sure to stick with your original ones. Well, of course. I would never replace Kyogoku with another steed after all of his hard work. Same here. Whether we win or not, we gotta have a proper end to my journey with Bai Long. But of course, that doesn't mean I'm not gunning for the #1 spot. I'll be checking these myself as well, but once you get your vehicle back, make sure it still has the ritual part that I gave you before the race began. If you don't, you'll be disqualified on the spot. No questions asked. You certainly do care about those parts a lot. Oh well, I suppose they must be needed to complete the ritual to make this singularity disappear. You got it! Now hurry up and get ready already. Your long prison stint is finally over, and the spectators are waiting anxiously for you to start racing again.
So, did everyone of the spectators just sit in the stands for, like, the days that we were in prison? And over the duration of the whole event, like, it didn't seem like there were sleepy time breaks. I think that's a good question that needs to be answered. Looks like I managed to fool them. I just wish I hadn't gotten so carried away with my performance that they ended up punching through my own spirit core. Oh well, at least that ought to trick the spectators too. It may not have been a flashy role, but it was a fulfilling one. Besides, people like me aren't supposed to stand out anyway. Well, you're free to take it from here, lady. Next time I hope you and I will get a chance to face off.
The prison is falling apart. I see, this was all your doing, wasn't it? Hmm? Oh, you mean getting rid of the prison by getting rid of Mev? Yep, that was me. Those people only wanted to escape. I wanted to tear this entire prison down. And since there was no one around to point out our different aims, I just kept my mouth shut and did what I had to make sure things turned out this way. I don't take issue with the idea of building a powerful prison using a foreign goddess as a cornerstone, but they really should have chosen their sacrifice more carefully. Don't you agree? If you want to build a prison, you need to use a goddess of justice as its central pillar. Using a goddess of revenge will just twist the whole sense of morality in the place. Are you mocking me? It's not as if I had a choice in the matter. Right from the start, I was summoned here to be a sacrifice. Wait, stop! What are you up to? I apologize for resorting to such crude methods. I didn't mean to damage your precious scales. But now the pillar supporting this prison is free. You may not exactly be able to walk out the front door, but knowing you, I'm certain you can still find a way to escape this place. After all, you've always been good at burrowing through the ground. Are you expecting me to thank you? I don't even know who you are. Why are you... Beats me. Honestly, I'm not even sure myself why I wanted to help you. But I do know that every fiber of my being is telling me this. I never again want to see a goddess consumed by her need for revenge disappear without ever having known freedom. Not even a composite deity. Now, it looks like this place is collapsing as well, so I'll be taking my leave. Neither of us has a master, so we won't be able to maintain our bodies here for very long. So I figure, why not enjoy this world while we still can? So that's who you are.
Smash. Final area, Continent 1. Is Fate lore worth getting into? Yes. Damn it, they just keep coming.
One, please. One, please. I do love seeing human faces contorted in pain. Now give me one of those. And one of those. Oh, one of those too. Here, you'll take your payment in small denomination QP and like it. Feel free to count it to make sure it all adds up if you like. I know your fighting spirit will never let you do otherwise. Go ahead and count them one by one, but don't you dare stop cooking in the meantime. Now I think I'll take a shish kebab next.
Oh man, he's had to feed Ibaraki the whole time.
Wait, hold up. They're almost at the finish line, so this event's gonna be over soon. Isn't it strange that I've really been doing nothing but standing here this entire time? I mean, I'm more than just an ungodly sexy swimsuit model, you know? The way I saw it, the higher-ups for this event were supposed to notice the pop star power I couldn't keep covered up because it's just way too strong. Then they were supposed to beg me to take over the main role thanks to my incredible cuteness and popularity. Heads were supposed to roll for having overlooked such an amazing talent right under their noses all this time. And my future as a superstar should have been secured.
As official record keeper, it falls on me to preserve this summer woe. I shall call this one the Tragic Buffoon. I mean, Elizabeth isn't necessarily wrong. She's hot. She's got a good voice. She just kinda shouts too loud. Fo, fo, fo!
Bo is excited too. He's jumping around like he wants to join the race. This is finally it, Senpai.
It's all been leading up to this.
That's right. The only thing that stands between our racers and victory now is a single straightaway. This area may have been improvised on the fly after the bridge collapsed, but hey, it works to keep things going. I've tallied up the time it took each team to escape from the prison, and set up a new starting grid accordingly. This time, each team will burn rubber as soon as we say go. It'll be a battle of fate where each racer will have no choice but to trust in their luck. There will be no interference from enemies and no tricky corners. All each team's gotta do is floor it and make for the finish line straight ahead. A final leg for the ages, free of cheap tricks, where the winner will be obvious to anyone watching. And we'll get to see how it all shakes out after a word from our sponsors.
Gulp.
It's been one hell of a long race, folks, but at last it's time to separate the winners from the losers. Listen up, all of you waiting on the starting grid. Look back on everything that's happened during this race.
Flashback time. So who are the sponsors for this, I wonder? Like, Mysterious Heroine X could sponsor this by putting out an advertisement to hire her to take down all sabers. Make it like a lawyer advertisement. Have you been wronged by a saber? I would like to bring justice to your life and take them out. Call 1-800-EXCALIBUR. Alright.
The 4 areas you worked so hard to cross. The countless trials you overcame with your trusty vehicles. You should be all fired up by those irreplaceable summer memories. But if you win here, it'll all have been worth it. If you lose, then it was all for nothing. So you can't go giving up now, can you? To all you fierce competitors who have made it this far, this goddess salutes you. I can't wait to see what happens, and not just for my own personal reasons. I swear to you all as the goddess of beauty, whoever wins this race will be nothing less than the best summer servant. That's our Ishtar. She really knows how to get people fired up right at the end. Still, It certainly looks like that worked, Senpai.
The Tosaka Trust Fund? Tosaka ain't got no money.
The Ishtar Temple at the finish line will serve as the victory gate. Try to be the first one to cross it. This is it. Get ready to begin the official last race of the Ishtar Cup.
Oh shit. Boop. About all the money she got from pleasing old men? The Dojins would have you believe that's very lucrative. Full throttle to victory, Helena. Team Baka. Yes, the race entirely took place in Ireland.
Hierarchy engine, max power. You two pour every last drop of magical energy you have into this thing.
Understood.
Let me allay your concerns. We built our Thunderdome for this very purpose. Go ahead, Madame Blavatsky. Now is the time to use our power and exceed light speed.
That's right. Go ahead and use us as stepping stones. Although before you do, Helena, let me ask you. What did you just call the engine?
Hierarchy engine.
Hierarchy engine.
That's right. Hierarchy star engine.
Would that perhaps be some sort of mystical engine bestowed on you by Mahatma or something?
No, I just said it because it sounded cool. After all, this thing never had an engine to begin with. Don't worry, nothing mysterious to puzzle out here. Now come on, get that magical energy flowing.
I see. Very well then. Energy!
Full charge! Indeed! Our power will redline the gauge all at once.
Wait, if you do that, you'll send Helena into enemy territory. What were you thinking, you half-witted eccentric?
And just how are we supposed to keep up with the other... supposed to keep the other teams in check without a way to charge our noble phantasms all at once?
Just when I thought they were finally cooperating for once. Though I guess they still are, even if they are back to bickering again. Now stop that! No more fighting now that we're almost at the end. And one more thing. Thanks for all your help, you two. This has been a blast. See you again after I cross the finish line. Here I go!
See you soon.
I guess Helena got that because she won the last thing. I thought there was going to be a full throttle to victory for every team. Huh. Closing ceremony. And the winner is... Helena has a good artist.
Goal! Congratulations, you're the winners!
Applaud until your hands go numb. Oh, four!
Wow, the excitement here is palpable. We're so lucky we were able to see the end of the race this close to the finish line, Senpai.
Actually, Chad, I'm looking over at the sides. It looks like BB was a sponsor and Martha was a sponsor. And a certain golden person was a sponsor.
It looks like there's still some time until the victory ceremony. Everyone's still taking it all in. Huh? Was that thunder? Odd, it was really sunny here at the racetrack just a moment ago. What the... are those storm clouds? They're coming straight towards us, almost as if they have a will of their own.
That's a hell of a storm. Hey kids, hurry up and get back to Caldia. Those gale winds aren't just gonna blow around physical objects. That lightning could even destroy spirit origins.
It's a quaking, cracking criminal, Anderson! Why does this have to happen now, right after I got the special celebratory champagne?
Nursery rhyme with the champagne, huh?
That thunder sounds like Gozu Tenno. Don't tell me it's Raiko. I'm getting out of here with my head still attached to my shoulders. Ibaraki is such a fraidy cat. Me, I'm the pinnacle of elegance. That kind of lightning is no big deal at all. I see that sort of thing on Mount Janos all the time. Ah! What the hell was that? It zapped me all the way down to my tail.
Why did things get so bad all of a sudden? Quick, protect Elizabeth. Don't let her become dragon stakey.
Everyone's scattering now. We need to get out of here too, Master. That was perfect! Everything went just as planned. I'm so perfect I almost scare myself.
Fo?
Was that Ishtar? Senpai, you mustn't go back to the racetrack. Go on. If you don't want to get caught up in this, you'd better run away. Don't worry, I'm not heartless. I will spare your lives. But please note that any refunds for bets placed will only be given to servants still at the racetrack, and tickets for any heroic spirits who run away will be considered null and void. If you've got a problem with that, then take it up with the most ancient of laws. No matter what the era, the house always wins. All gambling is rigged to the advantage of whoever's hosting it. If you didn't know what that meant before, hopefully it's become crystal clear by now.
That's just scamming people out of the money.
Oh, what was that, Gouda? I could have sworn I just heard you asking for divine punishment of the worst kind. Senpai, it's dangerous here. Lightning could strike at any moment. Oh, don't worry about that, Mash. I won't go zapping you after you both helped me out so much. As long as you don't get in my way anymore, that is.
Oh! Is that an earthquake?
No, I don't think this is an ordinary earthquake. You're right. This is the Earth itself crying out in pain. It's being sacrificed in order to make my companion. I mean, come on. Did you really figure me for the kind of chump who uses all her money on charity? It was all a ritual leading up to this moment. That's right. I couldn't care less who came in first. All I wanted was to have each team drive their hearts out while they completed the race. To make sure the parts I had each team install in their vehicles all ended up here. After their tires carved a ton of magical energy into the Venus textures I placed all over the land.
I thought there was something fishy about this.
Did you now, Gouda? I knew I saw great potential and a promising future in you, Master. But you still didn't know exactly what I was up to, did you? I'll be nice and throw you a bone here. First off, check out the true form of my Ishtar temple.
What the hell?
The Ishtar temple was just the front. This is the top secret, painstakingly constructed heart of the operation. The Ishtar Quantum Power System, or Ishtar QPS. Hold it right there. We cannot simply stand idly by through all of this, whatever this is. We overheard what you were saying. What is all of this? Is it something to do with the parts installed on our vehicles? Something to do with them? Well, they were the whole point of all of this. Speaking of which, I'll be taking them back now.
I didn't input any Steam command like that.
Ishtar's part just came off of Babbage's body.
I wish my body could combine and detach. I wonder if they'd include a diagram showing how to cast parts off like that at the end of the book.
Those parts are coming off all of our vehicles all by themselves. Is that thing pulling them in? Hyogoku may never have needed such a harness, but I still question what all of this is about. Our vehicle just completely fell apart after that thing we jammed in somehow was just ripped out. I don't know how it managed to stay together all this time. Oh well, it can't be helped. Zehimanai, ne? Those parts aren't just flying away. I'm sensing tremendous magical energy from that device. There we go. It's coming together nicely. And it's all thanks to you guys driving over my Venus textures.
That smug face.
The tire marks you all carved into this land while you were desperately trying to outrun one another function just like some kind of a magical summoning circle. And this little doohickey is designed to gather up all the magical energy expended during the race. At the same time, the parts I had you install in your vehicle secretly stored the heat created by the friction of your magical energy-propelled tires running across my textures. Which in turn completed the preparations for the excited state of each part. It's also deliciously perfect. Soon, Operation Rebuild Gugalana will be complete.
Gugalana?
Gugalana, the Bull of Heaven, and the divine beast that once served Ishtar. But when we were in Uruk, I thought she told us that she had lost it somewhere. Now that I look back on it, I've spent a long time waiting for this day. The Queen of Kur stole all the best parts for herself, even though I'm the Queen of Heaven. The other goddesses all pitied me, calling me pathetic just because I lost my trump card, the Bull of Heaven. Goldie would laugh at me and say things like,
Well, of course the Bull of Heaven left you. Who'd want a master that was built like a washboard?
It's been a long and humiliating road to get here. But at last I've finally reached my goal.
Also, built like a washboard, Ishtar's got Rinsby. That's at least a B cup.
You there! Don't you dare look at me like that. This is not just about taking out my frustrations on others. Don't worry, since I'm the highest class of goddess there is, I'll tell you what was really going on with this race. Up till now, I would spend all my free time searching for Gugalana, or trying to resummon him. Anything I could think of to try and get him back, basically. Considering how tight we were, it should have only been a matter of time until he came back to me. But no matter how hard I tried, he never came home. I couldn't find him anywhere. I couldn't summon him. I couldn't even sense his breathing. I realized that I hadn't just lost him. Either he was taken someplace my authority doesn't reach, or disappeared after the connection between the divine spirits and humanity was completely severed and his role had been completed, right? Exactly, which means it wasn't my fault that I lost Gugalana and Uruk. At that point, we had already become detached from me, so it was no wonder that I wasn't able to summon him again. Gugalana had returned to heaven. It was a gift from my father, but he had earned his retirement. I had no problem with that, really. So I had a change of heart, and I decided to take a different tack. If the first Gugalana was broken, I could just make another. What the... Then you really are trying to make another divine beast just like on the Demiurge. Yep, if Dad could do it, then no reason I can't. I mean, how many times do you think I've come this close to destroying Mesopotamia? Maybe you guys didn't take me seriously since I've really only showed you my good side, but this is who I really am. A goddess among goddesses who collects authority from every other god and uses it as ornamentation. The most powerful divine spirit ever, Ruler Ishtar. Incredible! The divine beast really is starting to incarnate. Singularity or not, it's amazing that she was able to pull this off all on her own. Oh man, I definitely wasn't taking this seriously enough. Ishtar, I regret my error and stand in awe.
Da Vinci? You sure don't sound like you regret anything.
Well, this whole race ritual did have a pretty big mystery to it right from the beginning. I told myself that Ishtar was odd and her ways would naturally be odd too, and just let it go, but... I really didn't see this twist coming. Basically, this whole race was nothing more than a way of creating a new Gugalana, right?
I fail to see how this is funny.
Well, sorry about that. You gotta understand, we geniuses don't get many chances to have our expectations exceeded like this. It's sort of novel. I mean, it's just so much fun. I mean, how do we not get excited when we finally get to experience actually being surprised by a twist for once? That said, I know I need to keep that under control this time around. The surprise is over now, and it's time to deal with this mess. Well, well, that's some big talk, Da Vinci. Didn't you just say that you were standing in awe of me? I did, and I still am. I'm feeling regret and awe, but for the Bull of Heaven, not you. Unfortunately for you, Ishtar, you're still just a pseudo-servant using a human as a vessel. Your spirit origin is A rank at best. Suffice to say that we can handle anything that you can throw at us. That said, the severity of the beating coming your way may change depending on what you decide to do with your reconstructed bovine friend. More big talk, hey? Alright then. Let me just go ahead and finish up building my Bull of Heaven. And then I'll show you just how terrifying I can really be. First, I'll use the Ishtar QPS to put together the different living body parts overflowing with magical energy, with an immature organism as the nucleus. Here it comes. This is the birth of my new Gugalana. Gugalana Mark II.
Ooh, that's a big bull. Alright, Ishtar, you've got two choices. Come along quietly, or you're going to be defenselessly bullied for hours on end. Pick option number 2, Ishtar. You know you want to. Who should I bring? I'll just bring Nobu. Nobu's good against all classes. Nobu! Actually, if we're gonna bully Ishtar, let's do it the right way. Oh, whoops. Here, become anyone else. Let's do it right, shall we? Is there anyone else that is a major Ishtar bully that we could take? Nah, just kind of these two. Alright. Ishtar's gonna get... She's gonna have a bad day, chat. Let's just put it that way. Alright, let's go. Scree! It's enormous. It really is the Bull of Heaven.
Ugh, it's so big. So, you mean all that work I did was just a ploy to bring this giant cow to life? Why didn't anyone tell me? What are you, a movie villain killing off her allies now that they've outlived their usefulness? No, if anything, it's more like agreeing to give a race promoter a cut of your winnings, then having him fleece you for everything you've got. Mind if I ask a question? I get what you're really trying to make now. But is this ritual still going to serve the function you originally promised it would? That's right. This race was originally supposed to erase the singularity here. You can still do that, right?
What was that? I can't hear you.
That is a good question. All of the magical energy collected in this race has been poured into Gugalana. There are no resources left that can be allocated to erasing the singularity. Much as I hate to say it, it would seem that Ishtar has deceived us and... No, I didn't. I totally accounted for this, okay? Getting my Gugalana Mark II was all part of the plan. I always meant to use his Ultra Divine Beast power to take care of the singularity. I just have to get rid of the distortion, right? I just have to have him stomp it like a roll of bubble wrap. That's too rough. It would be like using a bomb to get rid of a ketchup stain. What Mash said. That may get rid of the singularity, but would also wipe out Connacht along with it. Fortunately, there's still time. All Ishtar needs to do is give back the magical energy she diverted into Gugalana. Oh-ho! So it's not too late to reverse the flow of energy, is it? The primary reason I took part in this race to begin with was to help Master resolve this singularity. While I will not deny I had reasons of my own as well, I cannot allow this most important of aspects to come unraveled at the end. Yes, Master happy best. Master not happy bad. Then I guess we all know what we have to do now, don't we? I'm glad you children are so quick on the uptake. It saves me a lot of time sharing my hard-won wisdom. Hey, I'll never stand on the stage with that thing in the background. Of course, if we set it up so that it blows wide open and I come flying out of it on a wire for my grand entrance, well, that's a whole different story. A true god should not be selfish, Ishtar. They should always keep their promises, even those made to inferior humans. But wait, hang on a second. When did I get to be the bad guy here?
When you stole everyone's money, magical power, and created a giant bull in the sky? And then threatened us?
Okay, maybe I went a little too far with swindling everyone out of their bets. But in general, my getting a new Gugalana is a good thing, right? Just imagine all that power fighting on our side. Sure, its divine radiance might be so intense that it crushes all sorts of tangible and intangible things. But that's a small price to pay for such a big payoff. If anything, you should be thanking me for bringing him back. I mean, come on, it's like humans always say, bigger is better. So it's gonna be like that, huh? Fine, I'm not backing down after coming this far. Let's do this thing. Let's see just how its materialization is coming along. Just one foreleg? That's more than enough. Ishtar, mode change! Taste this power for yourself and bow down before me. Soon you'll wish you'd never messed with this goddess. She's unleashing her true strength. Come on, Master. Let's stop Ishtar's misguided plan and bring this to an end.
Well, Ishtar, I'm afraid we're gonna have to tie you up and punish you now. Oh well, it can't be helped.
いいね。性能を競い合うんだね。
Oh boy. Oh boy, this perfect right here.
精度を上げておくか。
分かったよ。
どうかな。
えい。どうかな。
優雅に華麗に大胆に放て。
Invincible? How you gonna just invincible like that? Why you gotta be such a nerd, Ishtar?
水郷よな。はっ。
えい。えい。
高くついたわね。どうかしら。どうかしら。
Alright then.
熱くなってきたね。
Let the bullying commence.
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
それもそうだね。分かったよ。
Intense bullying.
呼び起こすは星の息吹。人と共に歩む。僕は故にエヌマ・エリシュ。
It's a big foot.
精度を上げておくか。宝物庫の鍵を開けてやろう。くだら水郷よな。
Let's end this the way it should be ended.
裁きの時だ。
With Gilgamesh and Enkidu destroying Gugalana.
受けよ。沼エリシュ。ふん。思い上がったな。
Just like the Epic of Gilgamesh, Gil and Enkidu are here to kill the bull.
キャンパス
Thank you, Figureaholic and Kira Yamato 12 for the follows earlier, by the way.
Kudaran.
的確に行こう。そうだね。
君臨するとはこういうことよ。
And that's how it happened in the Epic of Gilgamesh, chat. Just like that. I hope you were taking notes. We'll be having a history test later. 3.
Not bad, but you're still completely outclassed. Resistance is futile. An incarnated divine beast is law in this world. And as the Queen of Heaven, I'm the only one who can control it. Gugalana is practically invulnerable to the likes of you. You guys don't stand a chance. I'm afraid she's right, Master. Nero, Artoria Alter, and everyone else are putting up a great fight, but they just don't have anything that can bring the Bull of Heaven down. There you have it. Now just sit back and wait while Gugalana finishes assembling.
Shouldn't, like, Gil and Enkidu, or at the very least Gil, who is clearly in Arcadia, just kind of walk up and be like, this shit again? Ah, well.
Once he's complete, I can go back to being my true self. Instead of Ishtar, I'll be Inanna, and I'll have the authority to control the heavens themselves. Having an ally become stronger is normally a good thing, but I have a rather unfortunate prediction about this goddess and her plans. I'm so confident I'm willing to wager on it. She's the type to self-destruct spectacularly by betting everything on what she mistakenly believes to be a winning hand.
Umu.
No, I'm not. When I win big, and when I lose, I make sure to take my opponent with me.
That's literally being self-destructive.
Okay. I'll admit that this case bears more than a passing resemblance to that scenario. Crud. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Nice try, but you can't psych me out. I've already won, no matter how you slice it. I'm not self-destructing, and you guys have no chance to turn this around. In another minute... No, 2 minutes. I'll have... I don't think so. Well, you were busy focusing on your enemies on the ground. I got to the bull's head. Oh. I got to the bull's head, yes. It's Quetzalcoatl.
It's lucha time!
This voice. This divine aura.
It's the goddess of Venus, Quetzalcoatl!
Olé! Gracias, Scooter. That's so sweet of you to say, if a little embarrassing. Now I'm all fired up for my last show. To thank you for cheering me on, I'll show you the essence of lucha. A neck hang into a heaven drop on an unprecedented gigantic scale.
Oh, shit.
Quetzalcoatl is bending Gugalana's horns. Amazing. Now she's tied them together and... No way, is that a backbreaker into what I think it is? Quetzalcoatl, what are you doing here? I thought you got taken out along with Mev. I did, yes. Or at least someone who looked just like me did. We weren't the only one who were scheming behind the scenes, Ishtar. My request is very simple. When they break out of prison, it'll be my job as the Vice Warden to go after them. When that happens, I want you to disguise yourself as me and fight in my stead. This is not to deceive Mev, but the goddess helping the prisoners. I want her to think that I'm off the board. Of course, it won't work if you just run away from them, no. Basically, I want you to die for real, yes.
What are you, a demon? The hell kind of deal is that?
You don't like it? I see. I could kill you right now if you prefer.
Right, I guess you would kill me if I refused, huh? And if you did, I wouldn't be able to fulfill the first request I accepted. So I can either die without fulfilling any requests, or die after fulfilling 2 requests, huh? Well, that's a no-brainer. Okay, lady, you've got yourself a deal.
Muchas gracias. I'm glad you're such an understanding, heroic spirit, yes.
You bet. But if I'm going to accept your request, I need you to come through with a suitable reward, you know? That said, I'm good on money and booze now. Authority's nice too, but I think I've had my fill of that. When you can become anyone at all, sometimes you gotta make a conscious choice to do something for yourself. You follow me, lady? You know what it is I want more than anything. The only thing worth asking Quetzalcoatl for is late-night lucha lessons, so... Is that it?
Yes, I believe I do. Very well then, Nameless Warrior. The next time we meet, I swear on my godhood to face you in a no-holds-barred match of strength. As you can see, I love hand-to-hand combat, so I'm sure we'll have wonderful time, yes.
Got it! Right then, you got yourself a deal. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your plan succeeds.
And here we are. But don't feel too bad, Ishtar. It's not that my scheme was better than yours, so much as his performance was just too good. That said, it's time that you had a stern talking to. I understand how awful it feels to be unable to fight when something really matters, or to be helpless to save those who are in need, yes. But still, you went too far this time. As a fellow goddess of Venus, I can't just stand by and let you continue this foolishness, no. If it is beyond the capacity of humanity to stop this beast, then I shall destroy it myself. Gugalana, Bull of Heaven and servant to the goddess of Venus. If you feel a kinship with my power, then hear me now and obey me. This drop is too much even for you. I'll drive you back into the earth and return you to your slumber. Ah, please no!
No way! That's a backdrop into a pile driver!
By God, he's broken in half! As God is my witness, that man will never walk again! Oh my lord, the humanity!
Okay, everyone, line up now. Closer together, please. A winning team in the middle. They've earned that. Just a moment. You there, evil aristocrat. Get out of the way. You'll not be waltzing into this picture. This commemorative photo will consist only of the racers and the race's administrative staff. You, goddess, stay put. Don't bother trying to get out of frame. Good. Now hold that up so we can see it. King Gilgamesh gave this to us himself. It may be recycled, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. I have a feeling I know what it is. Get bullied, you nerd. It says, I am a useless goddess, by the way, for those wondering. I'm surprised they didn't translate that. Perfect.
It's not fair. I didn't do anything to deserve this kind of cruelty. I lost my fleeing authority, I lost Gugalana, and when I get back to Caldia, there's even a special anti-goddess punishment waiting for me. Whose idea was this anyway? Oh right, it was mine. Go on, Gouda. It's okay to laugh. It's just like Nero said, I'm a pathetic goddess who blew all her money on a single winning ticket that turned out to be anything but.
Sorry, Ishtar, but you're not off the hook yet. Report to my room for hours upon hours of bullying.
Senpai, Ishtar seems to be genuinely repentant, and it looks like we should be able to do something about this singularity now that Gugalana is gone.
Mash, do not question my authority on this matter.
So maybe we don't need to punish her too severely? That's kind of you, Mash, but it's okay. Even I'm fed up with myself after this ordeal. I don't even care what happens to me anymore. Go ahead, do your worst. I can't stand the thought of being broke.
Gotcha in that case. ...
You'll just have to save up from scratch again. Huh? Save up from scratch again? You mean...
Your punishment is an official contract with me.
I agree. That sounds like the best solution. Ishtar, no matter what you might say, your is still...
More typos.
You're still among the highest class of goddess around. Just the fact that you're on Caldia's side is something more precious than anything money can buy. You think? So even though I can never call on Gugalana again, you still need my power. You think I'm Caldia's true goddess of victory or something?
Ah, you're plenty capable even without Gugalana.
I see. In that case, well, I really am sorry about all of this. And I do feel better now that I know for sure Gugalana's never coming back, so... Okay, I guess there's a first time for everything, even a goddess working for free. So I swear to you once again, I, Ishtar, officially vow to be your servant.
Thanks, Ishtar. Glad to have you. My, that one came out rather well, if I do say so myself. Now, I think I'll take another one focused on the Victory Cup. Will the winning team hold it up, please? Yes, there we go. Those are some lovely smiles. All right, say cheese. And look, they don't show you who won. It's ambiguous. That way you can say whoever won was your favorite team. And so the summer race came to an end. We may have just run around behind the scenes, but I still feel like I'll be looking back on the memories of this event for years to come. The horizon stretching out forever, the endless sky with not a single rooftop in sight. Oh, it's MASH.
The times when Senpai and I would just stand side by side enjoying the cool breeze. The way my shirt clung to me after I sweated buckets in the heat, and how even though it was heavy and unpleasant, I didn't even mind. The way that I wore a white shirt and it was incredibly see-through, and I got such a thrill out of—
Wait, what?
Senpai and I running until we were out of breath to get to the finish line in time. The way everyone's vehicles screamed by like thunder, their speed blowing our hair completely out of place. How cool and refreshing that felt. And then how Senpai and I saw how unkempt each other's hair was and how much that made us laugh. Our roles may have been very mundane this time instead of leading ones. But even so, these are still precious summer memories that I'll never forget. Come to think of it, this may be the longest I've ever been outside of Caldia with Senpai since I became a navigator. I guess it really would have been unhealthy to spend the whole summer staying inside playing board games. I should thank Ishtar for giving us a reason to go outside.
Oi! Mash!
Oh, hi, Senpai. Hi, Foe.
Oh, foe! It's time to go home. Ishtar said she has to clean up here.
I see. I guess that makes sense given everything that happened. Okay, I'll let her take care of it then. Fortunately, we were able to get rid of the singularity with the resources we secured after Quetzalcoatl stopped Gugalana Mark II. So I guess this really does wrap everything up.
Oh! Sure was one thing after another, wasn't it?
Yes, of that much I'm absolutely certain. It may have been one thing after another, but this summer still turned out to be a lot of fun. I'm sure everyone else feels the same way.
How are we gonna resolve the whole, at the beginning of the event, Kabedon, Nero, and Maid Alter thing, where they're super expecting to have Master all to themselves? Or is Ishtar gonna take the rap for that too? Because then I think she might be killed.
私が悪うございました。はい、というわけで済んだことはこれでおしまい。ライダーイシュトル、心を入れ替えて力を貸すわ。天のお牛には乗っていないけど、小回り利くところを見せてあげる。
I like that she starts with her summoning, crying that it was all her fault. Nice. Boop. That was enjoyable. What's the one thing there? Aftermath! Oh, I guess Helena won. For me, I guess. I guess everyone has their own winner. Epilogue! Oh, before we get in, thank you, M. Sucks Dos, for the follow, and thanks, Some White Guy, thanks, bro, for the 22-month resub with the Prime. 22. And welcome back. Alright, Aftermath.
キバダバードゥ IT コート SR レディ B22
Helena's summer vacation. Let's see what happens when Helena wins. Team Saberface one for you? Ah.
グランドフィナーレを飾ったのは天才たちのバカ騒ぎクマラホイール&サンダードームチームサティスファクション ET。 優勝ね。まさか本当に優勝できちゃうなんて。
You know, I wasn't even trying to cheer specifically for anyone in particular. It just so happens that I happened to cheer on the lolly the most, chat. The world works in mysterious ways.
できたらいいなって思っていたのは本当だから素直に喜ぶわ。わーい、やったー。
見ろテスラ、エレナ君がこんなにも嬉しそうに。ああ、我々の見たかった姿だ。眩しい笑顔だ。 どんな交流や直流よりも眩しいぞ。どんな直流や交流よりもまばゆい最高の笑顔だな。
マスター、応援ありがとう。それから2人とも頑張ってくれて嬉しいわ。好きよ。
Aww. And they even had it voice acted for the winners. Nice.
It may have been one hectic race, but it sure was fun. I can't remember the last time I cut loose like this. It reminded me of the time before I founded the Theosophy Association, when I used to travel the world singing the praises of freedom. I was so carefree back then. No responsibilities, just going wherever the wind took me. I guess I should thank you two again, huh? Thanks, Edison. Thanks, Tesla.
Not at all, my dear. All we ever wanted was for you to enjoy yourself.
Indeed, we always end up making trouble for you, so we thought you needed some much-deserved relaxation. If anything, we wish you would rely on us more. That man there may only be good for mass production, but I can make any custom order your heart desires. So whether you need something mass-produced, or something of high quality, you need only ask.
Good point. Thanks, you two. It's good to know that I can keep relying on you in the future. At any rate, I still never imagined I would actually end up winning. I guess it just goes to show what you can do when you put your mind to it. I admit, it had occurred to me that I could win thanks to Mahatma's guidance, but I still couldn't have done it without you two helping me. Especially since I only went into it thinking it would be nice if I could relieve a bit of stress. Now I'm not even sure what to do with all this prize money.
I believe I have an idea.
Oh, really? I wonder what it could be.
Good, good. It would seem that Madame Blavatsky has faced her stress head-on and succeeded brilliantly at eliminating it. Truly a wonderful turn of events. Wouldn't you agree, Gouda? All's well that ends well. Precisely. At any rate, this case is closed. If you have a moment to spare, I'd encourage you to pay her a visit once in a while. Ishtar's race may have ended, but the same cannot be said of summer. One should make the most of one's leisure time. Me? Oh, no, I have far too many things to do. Truly, a detective's work is never done. Is Holmes low-key trying to wingman for me?
There, it's done!
Wow, that's amazing! It has even more magical energy than it did before. Is this...
Indeed. It's an advanced Kamara wheel that I designed and developed myself. I call it
the Crimson Thunder Wheel. Its power and speed are indeed akin to a bolt of red lightning.
You bastard, are you trying to take all the credit again?
That's rich coming from you, who just claimed to have developed it by yourself. We were supposed to introduce it as a collaborative project, a new futuristic motorbike complete and perfect in every way.
There you have it, Helena. This is a token of our gratitude to show how much we appreciate everything you do for us. Please accept it.
There you go again!
Thanks, you two. It's wonderful. With this, I bet I could explore to the ends of the Earth. No, the whole universe. It's so Mahatma. I love it. Okay, then let's not waste any time. Why don't we take it for a test drive? Go on, you two. Hurry up and get into the Thunderdome.
But we designed it perfectly so as not to require any support.
Don't be silly, we're not racing anymore. We're just going for a drive. Now hop in and let's get going.
The Thunderdome.
And there we go. All aboard the Thunderdome. Oh, right. And so, chat. Thus concludes our story mode for this. That was enjoyable. I had a good time. That was fun. We'll be sure to do the challenge quests and everything now. Hooray!